There are so many choices when sailing in the Bahamas. The Abacos, the Exumas, the Eleutheras, the Berries. The list goes on and on. Dave and I decided that this trip we would focus on the Exumas. The Exuma Land and Sea Park, Staniel Key, and Thunderbolt Grotto are all on the wish list. I had always thought crossing the Gulf Stream to the Bahamas was the biggest challenge, but there's plenty of sailing before we reach our destination. We spent a week in Bimini. The weather was windy, so we didn't go in the water, but we enjoyed plenty of conch salads, fresh lobster, and homemade bread. So here's a cool tidbit about the Grand Bahama Bank. It used to be a solid landmass before melting ice and rising sea levels turned it into an underwater wonder. Imagine a place where you can find super shallow areas with just 7 feet of water. While not too far away, the ocean plunges into depths of over 13,000 feet. How wild is that? The bank is known for its stunning shoals, vibrant coral reefs, and those crystal clear shallow spots just calling for a dip. But if you're thinking of sailing around there at night, be careful. It's a tricky place after dark, so a lot of sailors opt to drop anchor at MacKay Shoals and chill until morning. It's all about enjoying that beautiful Bahamian vibe while staying safe. We're leaving Bimini on a nice calm day with very little wind. It's a perfect day to sail east and anchor at MacKay Shoals. You only want to anchor at MacKay Shoals when the winds are calm. 2 cats left before us at sunrise, but unfortunately one of them had to turn back. Another cat and monohull left at the same time as us, and we are all heading north. It should be a beautiful motor day. Sailing around the north side of Bimini, and a cruise ship is coming in this morning. Pilot boat hailed us on channel 16, that's 16, asking us to pick things up a little bit. And when we had out our sheets, we picked up a half a knot. But they held us on channel 16. Alright, so that's the Celebrity boat. And now they are backing it up. They passed them, passed their bow, came around from the starboard to the port side, and they're making parallel to us behind us, and then turned around. But again, they held us at channel 16. Well, we're just passing the north part of Bimini. We're going past MacKay Point, and then there's going to be North Point, and then we'll turn east. It's coming off our beam at 7 miles, so we have the motors on. Not motors, we're on wall. And it's just a beautiful day. 9 o'clock in the morning. Everyone sailing west. And sailing east from Bimini for 6 hours. There were 3 sailboats ahead of us. 2 of them were cats that are east of us. 1 went north. I don't know if that was the monohull. And now here are 2 more sailboats that left a little while after us and been slowly catching up. We've seen a couple of cats, trawlers, power cat, sport fishing boat going west. What you might consider a busy day on the Grand Bank. But hell, if he's 995 any day. We have about 7 knots of wind from the south, 50 degrees, so we're motor sailing. About 5 knots. Not pushing it too much. We're going to be anchoring out tonight before we get to Andros Island tomorrow. MacKay Shoals. We're going to try and go a little bit further on the tongue so that we have a shorter day tomorrow at Morgan's Bluff, so we can maybe do some snorkeling. It's so amazingly clear. Anchored just south of MacKay Shoals. There's 1 boat that passed us about 2 hours ago, and he anchored, and these other 3 boats came in and anchored, and we did as well. It's 2 knots of wind, so it should not be a rolly night. The anchor skipped a little bit on the bottom till it finally caught, but I think we're good. It's going to be a beautiful sunset. Dave dove down to check the anchor. While sailing, I couldn't tell if the bottom was made of seagrass or rocks. Dave dove and saw that it was mostly sea fan and mentioned that there was quite a strong current. That's why we always keep a 100-foot tagline off the end of the sailboat whenever we plan on going in the water. Yeah, it's a little too cold for me. It's in the 70s.
That's sea urchins.
Cool. Oh, not cool. I do not want to step on any of those. Anchored here at MacKay Shoals. When that cat comes in, it'll be a total of 6 boats anchored here. And 11 feet of water, 40 miles from land. Nothing. All around. And the calmest seas you can ask for a peaceful, quiet night. Sunrise on the Grand Bahama Bank, 6:30 a.m. Getting off the anchorage was easy, and we lifted the anchor at the same time as 2 other boats. It's a beautiful day and the motor's off already. There's about 5 knots of wind coming off our starboard side. We're at the edge of the tongue of the ocean. We're going to be heading south towards Andros Island and anchoring on the north side at Morgan's Bluff. We have the Genoa out and the wind is coming in at about 7 knots off our starboard side on a beam reach. Not as nice a sail day as yesterday, but still pretty nice. The sun is out and the waves are calm, so we're happy. We've been sailing so far for about 6 hours and still have about 4.5 to go. And just like that, in a span of 2 minutes, we're at 286 feet. It's dropping fast. And the waves are still beautiful. It's 7 knots of wind. So even though we're going into the wind, we have the water on, not choppy at all. We're very, very lucky in this window that we have before a blow comes in with 40-knot winds. Approaching Morgan's Bluff, and there are no channel markers, so we didn't know where we'd be making our starboard turn. We saw another boat going in earlier and was so confused as to where the entrance was. They were heading right towards the rocks, and I was thinking, oh no, what are they doing? They're going to crash right into the bluff. That's exactly what you're supposed to do. You make a sharp turn to starboard, and then a sharp turn to port into the anchorage. I've been watching the depth and keeping an eye out for obstructions. You definitely don't want your motor going out on you here. Two other boats at Morgan's Bluff. There's some rocky spots that we pulled up into the southwest corner. Some sand. Set the anchor in 8 feet of water and watching a beautiful sunset. One thing about Morgan's Bluff is that it does have barges that go in and out. Right now it's 6 o'clock at night and a barge is leaving. Sunday morning, a huge blow is coming in. This is a very nice protected anchorage exit from the north of Morgan's Bluff. Well, we're about 6 miles offshore from New Providence coming in, and of course the wind's been blocking the land. Well, it's in the direction away the other direction we need to go in. When we set sail 3 days ago from Bimini, the winds were expected to block runs from southwest. Even this morning it was supposed to, but just every single time we try and turn, it's not quite keep it in. So we have the motor on all day. We have some squalls coming up. We have a freighter coming in, and it's almost 3 o'clock. We're going to unfortunately not be getting in till dark. Not what we wanted. And woke up. We were gone. First daylight from Morgan to Bluff, but such is life. So it's blowing 21 with gusts up to 29. And I'm getting wet and it's not windy. We got hit by a rainstorm and I was soaking wet. I do have foul weather gear, but I don't have foul weather gear pants, so I just ran below to change and feel like a human being again. Entering Nassau Harbor, you have to call the harbor master and request permission to enter. He will ask for your vessel name and the last port you were in, as well as your registration number. So have that info handy. Very nice harbor master. We're going to anchor on the west side tonight and then go over to Montague Bay tomorrow. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button and subscribe if you're not already. Join us on our next video as we embark on an adventure to the Exumas. But little do we know that Propeller has some unexpected twists in store for us. Don't miss out.